Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is a paid request for James. Thank you so much for that. For those interested, requests in any type of videos, random thoughts, streams, commentaries, video game playthrough for an hour, full playthrough, movie review, re-review, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. Do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. And this is for an album I never heard of before from a band called Infectious Grooves, called The Plague That Makes Your Booty Move. Now I'm sitting there going, what the hell are the Infectious Grooves? And I realized I've heard one of their songs before, which is not on this album, but Encino Man, which is a film I grew up with, a film I do enjoy. Sally has no Blu-ray, but I liked Encino Man. And in the movie, at the end of the film, third act, there's a song called Feed the Monkey. Boom, 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 feed the monkey. Bum, ba, 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 ba. And while Brendan Fraser starts dancing, and I remember the beginning where that do 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 do, and Brendan Fraser's like doing his head like this, nodding with the fast, frantic beats of the song. It's been a while since I've seen that. I do like Encino Man. Been a while since I've seen it though. I know like the DVD is a bit edited from the VHS for some reason. I don't know why. And I'm going off topic. So it's very funk metal, and the bassist of this band is Robert Trujillo. He later became the bassist for Metallica around the time of that documentary Some Kind of Monster, which is about 2004 or so. I can't remember, but yeah. So he's the bassist of this band, and like I said, it's more like funk, very funky type of a metal. And I would say overall it was interesting to listen to. There's songs called Punk It Up, Therapy, Stuff Funkin' With My Head, I'm Gonna Be My Teen. It's about 16 tracks, but it's one of those where every once in a while it's just a piece of dialogue where one of the band members, they pretend to be a character, which is this anthropomorphic lizard. So I just like the creatures on the cover. Which I guess when they did shows, they also had someone wearing, either promotion or show, someone wore a costume looking like that. Usually with an album, when they have like a piece of dialogue, I kind of just skip over it. I did listen to it here. I didn't really find it that interesting. Unless it's a comedy album or something, I'm like, let me just listen to the fucking song. I don't care about this 30-second, 1-minute skit of trying to be funny. Like one is Closed Session. I'm the world-renowned reptilian lover. Or, I look funny. I went with the finest lizard of 1992, Miss Godzilla. Like, this is the stuff, like, whatever the fuck, man, I don't care. But the songs, Punk It Up, funky guitar, bit frantic. Therapy was interesting to listen to because some of the vocals is Ozzy Osbourne. Granted, the only vocal he says is therapy. 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 Still cool to have Ozzy in there. I don't know how they got Ozzy, how that came about, but that's still cool to hear Ozzy. Rest in peace to Ozzy Osbourne. So that was cool to hear. I would say my two favorite songs, though, was Stop Funkin' With My Head and I'm Gonna Be My Teen. I'm Gonna Be My Teen, I liked the usage of the electric guitar, which they didn't use a whole lot. at least in this way. So I liked it for that, and Stop Funking With My Head, I thought it had a nice beat. And of course, they're trying to make it seem like they're saying fucking, but they say funkin'. Like, while you funk, the funky, while you funkin' with my head. It was also interesting that they have a little bit of harmonica in there, which is not typical, but I thought that was an interesting addition. So I like the beat of that one. I thought that the beat of that was really nice. That and I'm Gonna Be My Teen, I thought were my two favorites. The others were there, whether it be like Monster Stinkt or other stuff. They were there. They're not songs I would ever listen to again. I looked at their second album too, and I don't think Feed the Monkey was Feed the Monkey only on the Encino Man album. Was ever on their actual band albums? I think that movie was 1992. This came out, I believe, 1991. So maybe at this point they had not made the song yet. And they didn't make a whole lot of albums, because I was looking them up, and they didn't make a whole lot of albums. Mike Muir was the vocalist. He had a group called Suicidal Tendencies, and this was like initially a side project. And there's this debut album. There was Sarsippius Art, because Sarsippius, that's the name of the lizard, which is kind of the mascot of the group. There's The Great Infectious Cover-Up, was a promo CD, contained covers of Immigrant Song and Fame by David Bowie and Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin. There's Groove Family Psycho. Well, as Infectious Grooves, The Play That Makes Your Booty Move, Sarsippius Art, Groove Family Psycho, and Mass Borracho, or Bracho, is really the only 4 albums. These others are more like compilations. So yeah, these others are just more like compilation albums. So sorry, I'm just looking through this. Mas Borracho, that was in 2000. So, yeah. So if you take like their actual full-on albums, there's not a whole lot of them. I just, for a lot of these people, they kind of did their own projects, and this is kind of a side thing they did every once in a while. So there you go. It was interesting, I would say, at the very least. It was definitely interesting to listen to. It's a bit different. I wouldn't say it's a favorite or anything, but it was interesting to listen to. Let me get the full track list. Sorry, I didn't write them all down. But yeah, Punk It Up, Therapy, which has vocals from Ozzy. I Look Funny, that's the one with the... Oh, yeah, what else with Miss Godzilla, 1992. Stop Funkin' With My Head, I'm going to be Teen, like I said, those are my two favorites. Infectious Grooves, that wasn't too bad of a song. Didn't mind the beat of that. Monster Stink, Back to the People, Turn Your Head, You Lie and Your Breath Stink. Didn't mind some of the rhythm in that song. Do the Sinister, wasn't for me. Infecto Groovalistic. This one dialogue piece is literally 9 seconds long, and part of me is like, why was I even there? Like, one track is literally 9 seconds long. What's the point of that? Seriously, what is the point of that? To be 9 seconds long. Now, if you listen to the whole album, it is 44 minutes long, so it's not too over long. Doesn't overstay its welcome. It definitely got some good reviews. Sarsippiu's Art, the second album, that's where you also have the covers for Immigrant Song and Fame, among other ones. I'm trying to see what this did. On the Billboard 200, this got 198. So there you go. That's the thing. I mean, I wouldn't say there was like one song that was like a breakout song. See, I wonder if they had waited one more year and put that Feed the Monkey song in there, if that maybe could have helped out. Because I think that song is still, of all the ones I've listened to so far, is their best song. And Encino Man was a surprise hit, and that was definitely a bit important part of the movie was the third act, and people remember that song and go, well, who sang that song? Okay, that's their album, let me check it out. Unless they want to buy the Encino Man album, but maybe I'll buy the album with the band and hear their other songs. So maybe that could have helped. Because the Encino Man, I think it was 1992. So yeah, as is, none of them I thought were as good as Feed the Monkey, but I would say, again, Stop Funkin' With My Head and I'm Going to Be My Teen. Those are the two I like the most. Definitely interesting. It's not every day you hear funk, the funky bit to metal. So at least it had a bit more of a unique style to be their own. I won't say there was a whole lot of songs I loved. I would never listen to the album again, but I'm glad to hear it at least one time. So that's cool. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care. Thanks once again to James, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.